is it going for you all tonight on this Tuesday night? It's Tuesday. Wow. And guess what? A week from today, it'll be a a week from yesterday, it'll be a whole new month. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, right? Time is moving so fast. Oh my gosh. It is moving so fast. Time is like, I'm not waiting on you. I'm not waiting on you. No, I'm not waiting on you. Waiting on you for what? That's how fast time is moving. You hear me? It's moving like somebody like it's a bill or something that's coming quick, 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 quick. Y'all, oh my gosh. I am so excited, right? I am so excited about the future, my future. Yes, my financial future. And look, today, so what I did today to start the process off was, so I was like, oh, I got that juice. Oh, shoot. Dang, I didn't have that bottle, that top on there good. So I got strawberry drink everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but on my stuff. So I had an idea as to how much I owed, right? That I owed out. So I was like, you know what? Let me go and let me check and see how much do I owe? How much debt am I currently in, right? With credit card debt, loans, what I owe school. So I was like, let me just sit down and take the time out to see how much debt I owe. And y'all, um, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, right? But the thing is, it's like, cause I'm 53, right? And I'm thinking about my future as far as I'm getting older. So it's very important for me to be as financially secure as I possibly can be, right? And by being financially secure, um, I can't be in debt. I can't be in debt, right? I cannot be in debt. I'm trying to get situated. Hold on. So, in order to be financially secure, I cannot be in debt. I have got to do the best that I can do to ensure that I'm not in debt as I age, right? Especially credit card debt. That is Chucky's sister, okay? So I was like, well, first of all, I need to see how much do I owe? How much do I owe? And then I was like, the next thing I need to see after I see how much I owe, I need to give myself a time frame to pay these debts off, right? So I'm like, okay, well, we're about to be in April 1st. So my goal for April 1st to June 30th, that's a 12-week cycle, is to pay off at least four debts. And those four debts come to at least about $5,000, right? To pay out $5,000 by June 30th. And I was like, okay, how are you going to do that? How are you going to pay out $5,000 in debt and and pay your monthly expenses? So I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. So, okay, I'm like, okay, well, you need to sit down. I'm having this conversation with myself, right? So I'm like, okay, well, you need to sit down with yourself and see what you have available to put towards these debts and how you're gonna go about figuring out which ones are you gonna pay out first. So the first debt that I have, I owe Capital One $417, and I need my glasses because I can't see. So I owe Capital One $497, $417.97. So that's gonna be my first bill to pay out, which I'm gonna pay that off next week on the 4th. And then after I pay Capital One off, so the money that I put towards Capital One, that I pay every month towards Capital One, I'm gonna put that on my next card, which is another Capital One that I'm going to pay. I owe them $486.14 right now. So after I pay off the $417.97 next week, then I'm going to put the amount that I would pay monthly on the cap 417.97 and put that towards the 486.14 that I owe on the other Capital One card. Don't ask me why I got two Capital One cards. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. But I got them. And so it's like, okay, so I'm figuring like in 20 years I'll be 54 this year, so in 20 years I'll be 74. So in 20 years, that might seem like a long time, but it really isn't a long time. It really isn't a long time. So I want my life as I age to be as comfortable as possible. And I want my finances to be as comfortable as possible, right? That's how I want my finances to be. And in order for me to get my finances to a place to where I want them to be, I have to, for one, get these debts paid off. And after I pay these debts off, then I have to, my goal is, my first thing is to get these debts paid off. After I do that, is to take money and start investing into something that's going to pay off in 20 years, have a great ROI, return on investment in 20 years. 15 to 20 years. I'm saying 20 years because I'm stretching it out. Because, see, I'm behind the clock. I'm behind the clock on investing. I'm behind the clock on trying to get my future finances together. So I'm way behind the clock, but it's not too late though. That's the thing. It's never too late. You might be behind financially, but it's not too late to start. So the thing is, just start somewhere. It doesn't matter where you start at. Just start somewhere, because at the rate things are going currently, we're gonna have to figure something out. So I thought about a high end um, savings account, a high yield end savings account. I thought about that. So I kind of looked into that as well. And then I thought about investing into stocks, because I had some stocks and that I was investing in. And when I didn't really care about money, like saving money or getting my priorities together, I cashed them stocks out. I cashed them out. I cashed those out. And so now I'm like, okay, well, what is going to be, what investment can I do at this point in time that's going to give me the best return in 20 years, right? So I'm like, I don't know, because it's just so much going on, right? But I'll figure it out. I'll do some research and I'll figure it out. But the most important thing that I got to do at this time, I got to get these debts paid off, y'all. I got to get these debts. Look at them. And it's just so crazy, right? Like, you'll pay off your debts, and it's got to be psychological. You'll pay off your debts, pay off all your debts, or as many as you possibly can. Next thing you know, you're right back in debt. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy to pay off all your debts, or majority of your debts, and you be right back in the same place in no time? It's something up here. I know, because that was me. Because I paid off stuff like at least twice before. But I think what it is for me was, I didn't realize the value of my money, my spending. I didn't realize the value that I needed to invest in with my money, right? And it's like, because I was always shopping. I was always shopping. I was always shopping. I was going places. I was doing this. I was doing that. I was eating out. I was going with my friends and just doing stuff, right? And then I made a decision. I was like, something got to change. I was like, something has to change because if things don't change, you gonna end up the same way that you are now when you get old. Oh, it's gonna be worse. Cause see, you won't be as healthy as we age, right? That's just how life is. So I'm just like, I gotta change. I was like, I can't keep spending my money and wasting my money like I was doing. Because if I was continuing on that path, it wasn't gonna be good financially. It wasn't gonna be good for me financially, right? So I was like, okay, I said, well, what is it that I need to do? Even though I'm starting late in the game of financial stability. That's okay that I'm starting late. But the point is that I'm starting. And see, and don't feel bad that you're starting late. Don't feel bad. Don't let nobody make you feel bad that you're just not starting to get your money together or to save money, right? Because the point is that you're trying. You're trying. And I'm just like, because to be honest, my biggest fear as I age and get older, well, it's gradually leaving now that I'm becoming aware of what I'm doing, my finances. But my biggest fear for a long time has been not being able to take care of myself as I get older. And I'm just like, I don't want to be old and can't and struggling. I don't want to be old and struggling. And I'm not saying old in like a negative way, but I don't want to be way up there in age and I'm struggling. I do not want that for myself. And that's what I keep reminding myself, that if you don't want to be up in age and struggling and trying to figure out what you going to do, how you going to pay this or this with that little check that you might be getting, right? And I'm like, I don't want that for my life. So if I don't want that for my life, I need to do my part now, my part that I'm able to do. Things happen, you can't control things that happen, true enough, but you can do your part with whatever it is that you can do to help yourself while you're able to help yourself, right? And I have a finance degree, so I'm like, you got a finance degree, so you know better. And now I'm working on my accounting degree, so there's no excuses. There's no excuses because you know better. So when we know better, we're supposed to do better. But we don't always do better. I'm a prime example. I have a whole finance degree. And next year I'll have a whole accounting degree. And I wasn't doing better. I just wasn't. And I get mad with myself about not managing my money. I, not mad, disappointed. Disappointed in myself for not managing my money. Disappointed in myself for wasting time. Disappointed in myself with being 53 years old and on these bills, when these credit cards and loans and stuff, and it's like, that's just crazy. When you think about it, it's just crazy. And I think the worst part, when you have credit card debt and you don't see nothing that you bought. You don't see nothing that you bought using those credit cards. And it's like, okay, well, I owe these people X amount of money on each card. What did I do? What did I buy? And that's the saddest part. When we don't know what we bought on these credit cards, we don't know, and half the stuff we don't even have, that we done spent this money, but we still owe these people on these credit cards. We gotta pay them, unless you want bad credit. And let me tell you, if you have bad credit, that is one of the worst feelings. When you need something and you can't get it because you did not pay those people when you told them you was gonna pay them, and now your credit bad. Baby, that's the worst feeling. I swear. To me, having bad credit is worse than being broke, because it's like, if you need a car, right? You need a car, you go to the car lot and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to go and apply for a car loan at Toyota. You go to Toyota and you apply for a car loan, and they run your credit, and it's like, we're not going to be able to finance you. And car, if you know anything about getting financed at the car dealership, they will run your credit to death. They'll say, oh, we're only going to run it through one person. They'll run it through 20 different places. And then the worst part, when they come back and say, well, we ran it through 20 different places and nobody approved you. When I tell you, you feel this small. You feel this small when you're trying to get something that you need, and you can't get it because your credit is bad. And when you get older, you should not have bad credit. You should not have bad credit as you age. In your 50s, in your 60s, you sure shouldn't be having bad credit in your 80s. Because if you got bad credit in your 80s, I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to say at this point, right? But I know things do happen. But for me, when my credit got back right, y'all, I gotta charge my phone. When my credit, when I got good credit back, when I tell you, I was so happy. I was so excited that I no longer had bad credit. I was so excited that I didn't have bad credit anymore. I didn't have any charge offs on my account anymore. I didn't have those charge offs. When you have charge offs on your credit report, when I tell you, and then people say, oh, well, you got 5 charge offs, you got 10 charge offs, and you be like, well, I ain't gonna pay them. Like, they could just charge it off. You say that until you need something. And when you need something and you go try to want the bank to give it to you, and they say, oh, well, you have these charge offs, and we're not going to be able to give you that loan or give you that car or whatever, then you start to say, oh, I should have paid them. I should have paid them people. I should have let that stuff charge off. I'm telling you, having bad credit, it is not a good thing, especially as you get older. Especially as you get older, you should not have bad credit. I don't care what nobody say. With the mindset I have now, bad credit, mm mm. Because I'm like, I'm in my 50s, and if I need something in my 50s, I should be able to go get what I need because I've been responsible, and I paid those people back what they allowed me to get on that credit card or that car loan or that regular loan or whatever it might have been, right? But I had to learn that though. I had to learn, if you get something, if you get a credit card, you pay that credit card back. If you get whatever you get, you pay it back, because you think you're hurting the credit card company or whomever by not paying those your bills, but no, you're messing up yourself, your financial future, at least for the next 7 years. So it's just like, I just want, now that my credit is good, and I'll be seeing that score say 700 and something, or whatever it might be, I'll be like, yes, 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 I got good credit. I got good credit. Yes, yes, yes. You'll be so excited to have good credit. You are so happy to have good credit. And when you have good credit, it makes you feel so much better about yourself, because it shows that you're being responsible by paying your bills on time. And when your credit was bad, like bad, and now your credit is good, and you're like, okay, I don't ever want to go back that way with bad credit. I'm going to make sure that I don't overextend myself to where I'll end up back in that situation again. So now you're like, I got good credit, and I'm going to keep it, because it feels good to know that If you need a $2,000 loan, you just go down to your credit union or go down to your bank. They gonna give it to you because you shown that you are responsible. You shown that you could be trusted with their $2,000 or whatever it is that you might need at the time. That yes, I'm trustworthy. That I will pay you back because I have good credit and I showed myself accordingly. And so I was like, baby, my credit is good. I ain't messing this credit up no more. Especially now that I'm 53. I had to think about how old I was. I was like, especially now that I'm 53, baby, I better not be walking around here with bad credit just because now if you get sick and I lose job, that's different. But just not to pay, mm-mm. Just not to pay because you like, I ain't paying them people. Well, that's fine. They say you ain't got to pay me. We're just gonna put it on your credit report. And then and then we're gonna put on your credit report, and then you gonna be around here trying to pay a credit repair person that getting over on you. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they say, get over on people as far as when it comes to the credit repair thing. Like, pay me X amount and I'll fix your credit. No, pay them people and you don't have to worry about if someone is getting over on you by taking your money or whatever it might be. So yeah, I'm just so at this point in time, I'm just really excited at the fact that um I'm getting myself together financially. I'm just so excited that I'm getting myself together. It's getting cold up in here. I'm just so excited that I'm getting myself together financially, and um, I'm trying to prepare for my future, and I'm just really, really excited. You know, because when you work on a job, they don't have pension no more. They done did away with with the pension, so they don't have that anymore. A lot of jobs don't have pension, so don't go on that job talking about your pension, because baby, they cutting them pensions like crazy. And then in California, the people, I forgot the name of the town where they had their pension at, but this one lady, her pension was $49,000 a month, right? This was in California. I forgot what area of California though, what district, school district. She worked for a school district for like 30 years or something like that. And her pension, her pension was 49,000 a year. California, they will invest, they invest your pension and stuff like that. That's state. They made bad investment deals and everything like that, right? Y'all, that lady pension went from $49,000 a year to $19,000 a year. $30,000. No fault of her own, but bad investments on the part of the state of California. Now, how you think that lady, she retired, how you think that lady gonna make that up? $30,000. So, even if you get a pension, if somebody else invests in that pension fund, guess what? I would be nervous if I knew. That's just like the trucking company back here. I think like November, October, November, December. I can't remember the name of the trucking company, right? They had these people had worked for the trucking company for years, like 30 years, 29, 32 years. And the trucking company, these people had a pension. These people had paid into the pension, okay, on their job. Had paid into the pension 29 years, 30 years, 32 years, however long, 15 years, 20 years, however long they had been there. The people was not handling the fund the way they needed to handle the fund. They told the people on Friday they was closing the trucking company. That Friday would be their last day, or that Monday. It might have been that Monday. will be their last day. Do you know them people lost every penny they had put in that pension due to that company with their bad investments to the pension fund? So even if you work for a company that has a pension plan, try to do something else. Try to have other investments as well. Yeah. Try to have other investments as well, because it's showing that even if you have a pension, it could be messed up. If other people is in control of that pension and they're responsible for investing, because see, with a pension, they invest the money. They invest the money in different things. So that's why they're able to give you a pension, because they're investing in other things to make money off of that, to put supposed to be put back into the pension fund. But that doesn't always happen. And that's how California, they had bad investments. And so that's why now they telling these people, told that lady, you going from 49,000 a year in your pension to $19,000. And ain't nothing they could do. There's nothing they could do. It was bad investments that California did with these people livelihood. These people paid into the pension fund. And California, whomever over the pension fund for the state, they did bad investments. And the investments didn't pan out. They either bust or they didn't pan out the way that, they thought they would pan out. And the people suffered, unfortunately, And so, the best thing I could say, just have a backup plan. Have a backup plan for your retirement. Invest in stocks. Invest, figure out what's best for you. So that just don't rely on one thing. Just don't rely on one thing, such as if you have a pension. Because I know a lot of places, they done did away with pensions. A lot of companies have done away with pensions. So if you have a pension, thank God for your pension. But if you don't have a pension, I'm telling you, start trying to figure out how you can invest your money into something, so that way when you get older and become a senior citizen, you won't just have to rely on your Social Security, because God knows with that Social Security. We don't know what's going to happen with Social Security. I ain't even counting on Social Security when I need it. And that's going to be in, ooh, I'm going to be 62 and 8. Lord Jesus, I'm going to be 62 in 8 years. Lord have mercy. I ain't even, Lord, 60. Oh, Lord, I'm going to be 62. And I'm going to want my Social Security too. I'm going to want my Social Security at 62. I don't care if it's $100 less than what it would be at whatever. Nah, I think not. Nah, it might be still 62. I don't know. I'm going to have to check on that. But don't even rely on Social Security, because the way they talking, the fund going to be done ran out. But I don't know how the fund going to be ran out when you started taking FICA, all that money out of people's paycheck. So I don't know how the fund gonna be done ran out by 2030 something. 2030 something is only 6 years from now, y'all. 2030 is only 6 years from now. So I don't know. I don't know. But what I'm doing for my financial future is I'm paying off these debts right here. Paying off these debts. I'm saving, and I'm investing. That's how I'm working on to for my financial future as I age, as I get older. Yep, paying off debts. Don't make any more debts. Don't make any debts that I do not need. And when I pay those credit cards off, I'm gonna keep the best credit card, meaning the best interest rate. The best interest rate, that's what I'm gonna keep. All them other ones, they could go. I'm not gonna close them, but I'm not gonna use them unless I charge something and I'm able to pay it off, when the bill is due. Otherwise, if I'm not gonna charge it if I can't pay it off. because then I find myself right back in the same cycle. And I don't want to be in the same cycle of debt. No. You ain't gonna never get nowhere being in the cycle of debt. Nowhere. But in debt. That's it. In debt. And that's not a place that I want to be at this current time. You understand? So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So I just, I'm just glad that I finally woke up financially to say, hey, you got to get yourself together financially. You got to really sit down with yourself and be honest about your finances. A lot of people like they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. You gotta see it. You gotta face it. If you don't face your finances, then you only hurting yourself. Even if you have a lot of debt, you still gotta be honest and you gotta face it. You have got to face your finances and your debt. Because if you don't, time is passing and you're getting older and this debt is still there. It's still there. So you gotta sit down and be honest with yourself and say, wow, I really owe all of this, whatever it is that it might be. And you have to say, okay, what I'm gonna do about it? How I'm gonna go about getting out this mess? Because when you in debt, it's so stressful. When you are in debt, it is so stressful to be in debt. It's crazy. It's like you don't get good rest. You constantly stress. You worried. Your money low. It's a lot. It's a lot when when you in debt. It's so stressful. You quick to anger because you just frustrated, and it's just like being in debt is just it's a miserable place to be when you're in debt. It's you get your paycheck and you on out 10 different places for credit cards or your car notes or you owe whatever it is, all that you owe. That's a lot. That's a lot. I know because I've been there. I know because I'm there now with these cards that I owe right now. I know it's a lot, and it's just like, dang, how in the world did I get myself in this mess? And you know what? We get the cards, and we have intentions on paying the balance off when it's due the next month, but nine times out of ten, we're not gonna do it because if we charge $200, we say, oh well, I'll charge this and I'll pay it off when I get for next month, and then something else will come up to where you're not able to pay it. So it's just like, dang, how then you're like, how did I get myself into this mess, this financial mess? How did I do it? I can't believe that I done got myself tied up again in debt. But it happens. It happens. It happens because we don't be paying attention. It happens because we just we apply and they give it to us and we gonna use it. We gonna use it. We buy stuff that we know we don't need. We know we don't need. We say we're gonna pay stuff off. We don't pay stuff off. And then it come to a place in time when it's like, okay, I need to buy grocery. My money low. We'll put it on the credit card. We're gonna put it on the credit card because I need to buy grocery and I don't have enough money to buy everything that I need. I'll just put on the credit card and I'll pay it off next month. And when next month come, we don't pay it off because we already was short. We already was short, and then we get into paying the minimum payment cycle. The minimum payment cycle. I applied for an increase with Capital One, right? Y'all, Capital One told me, so I applied. So they sent me a letter, right? And they told me that they couldn't give me an increase because they said that I only made the minimum payment. And I told them, Well, that's what you require me to make the minimum payment. How are you charging, putting that against me? Because I make the payment that you told me to make, but you're holding that against me, and you didn't approve my increase because I only make the minimum payment, which what you told me to make. So it's just crazy. It's really crazy. But I'm just excited. I'm just so excited at the fact that I was like, I just can't keep living broke. You know what I'm saying? Broke minded, broke financially, broken in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Because all that play a part. All of that play a part. So I'm just like, nah, I got to get this thing together. I got to get my life together. And once you start getting your life together, then you're like, okay, I see. And once you start working on one part of your life, then you'll be like, okay, now I got to tackle this. Now I got to tackle that. And it'll just progress. One thing after another, one thing after another. But I got to go because my phone is about to die. Okay, well, I got to go because my phone is about to die. But thank you all so much for joining me. And I will talk to you all later. Get your finances in order. Get them in order. Pay off that debt. Bye. Have a good night. Bye.